This is animal behavior, innate and learned. This may repeat a tiny bit of what we did in class, but I think I'm starting where we ended. So let's see. Trial and error learning is also called, or teaching through trial and error learning is called operant conditioning. And we were talking about the Skinner box. And then the Josh Klein Crow Vending Machine was the TED Talk that you are also supposed to watch for tomorrow. So let's move on. I'm sorry, I forgot. Habituation is you have some stimulus that you get over and over and over again, and you react initially, and then eventually you learn to ignore it. For instance, these little prairie dog guys, when hawks or a snake comes by, they make a scream, and all the prairie dogs head underground. They do the same thing with humans that come by. But if you keep coming by and not harming them, they will eventually stop screaming and ignore you. The other example is the anemone. If you put a tiny piece of shrimp on here, the anemone will eat it. And another piece of shrimp, and it will eat it. And then you change to a piece of plastic, it will eat it. Another piece of plastic, it will eat it. The next piece of plastic, it's going to ignore it because it's not getting real food. Evolutionarily, you don't want to have the same response every time you get a stimulus. Observational learning, I think Jack brought up in class the other day. It's also social learning. You're watching another organism and mimicking whatever it is they're doing. If you put an octopus in a tank with a jar, about half of the time, if you put a lot of octopi in tanks with lots of jars, about half of them will be able to open the jar and get the food out from inside, and half can't. But if you take one of the ones that can't and put it in a tank next to one of the ones that can, it can watch the other octopus, and it will be able to unscrew the lid and get the food out as well. A monkey will watch a researcher stick their tongue out, and the monkey will stick their tongue out. There's also an idea of this mirroring, a mirror neuron. And the idea is that, like, as you watch someone do something, 10% of the neurons you need to do that will be firing in you to practice kind of that motion. Insight and problem solving. If you're given a problem, you have the ability to process information and come up with a solution. Like this case here, they put monkeys in a room with boxes, and this is a banana up here, and left long enough they will stack the boxes up to get the banana. So in class, I'm going to ask you how to stick a candle to the wall with just matches and tacks and a candle and light it. And we're doing real short videos today. There are more coming. The end.